All right, everybody. So we're going to be doing the reveal for the most hated on Mark video. So this one was interesting for me because I plugged it in and I put a PEQ in the loop, which you guys now know is the Presonus EQ3Bs. And wow, it sounded really good. That's why I put that video out. I didn't expect to share that one because I was like, everybody says this amp isn't very good, so it's probably going to suck, right? So that amp is the Mark V, and that's the Mark V 90 watt. This one is kind of an earlier one, probably in the first couple of years of production, with all original tubes, nothing done to the amp, anything like that. So the Mark V has been impressing me since I got it, and thanks to George Ivanuzik, he's the one that said, you got to get the 590, man, like everybody shits on it. But it's fantastic. He's said multiple times on many occasions that it's his Desert lamp, and I see why, right? Because it has kind of the library of boogie tones in there, and after doing the head-to-head with the 5 versus the 2C++, that kind of solidified it for me that the 5 is a very solid amp. And it gets a lot of hate, but also it was the longest production run of any of the Mark series singularly. And I think they changed the transformer at some point and they didn't say like it was a Mark V-B or anything like that. But it has the longest production run of any of the Mark series so far, which is pretty, that's a statement all on its own, right? The Mark V is a fantastic amp. Don't listen to what you hear people saying online. Sure, it's a little bit maybe more stiff than I would say some of the other ones. And by stiff, what does stiff mean to me? Stiff means that you're not going to get as many of the undertones, the under your fingers tones, so to speak, when you're playing your guitar, the stuff that's jumping out at you, that reactive feel. And what we're talking about is probably, maybe 10 to 15% of a difference, say, versus the 2C++ or the Mark IIIs or even the Mark IVs. The Mark IVs, to me, are reactive in a different way, especially since I usually use them in pentode. They're a lot more punchy. Versus just really smooth, liquidy goodness, like the C++ or C+, rather, either or, So don't hesitate to get yourself a 5. You heard it in the video. It sounds great, and that's with my crappy recording and, lack of knowledge compared to a lot of folks out there. Obviously, if you track it and you pan them left and right, and then you have a center track or you do 40,000 tracks or whatever, everything you hear from me, at least thus far, is all just what you hear from the amp. It goes from the amp to a mic, well, from the amp to a cabinet to a mic, and then to my interface, and then into my iPhone. It plugs right into my iPhone, and that's how I'm recording right now. And so far, it's working well for me because I'm doing what I like to do with the videos, which is the raw sounds of the amp, what you're actually gonna hear in the room. I don't want you to hear some like studio magic, like I said, layered tracks and pan tracks and all that stuff. I want you to hear what you're gonna hear in the room. Some people don't like my settings, then you can make your own videos. I'm not saying everybody has to like my tone, whatever. I like my own thing, you like your own thing. That's totally fine. You can like whatever you want, and I'm gonna like whatever I want. But anyway, guys, that's it for this one. I was rambling a little bit. As always, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Especially comment. I love talking to you guys. I appreciate everybody who's following and liking on these videos. So thank you, thank you.